Negative thoughts don't make you weak, they make you human. But if you let them take control, they'll ruin your game. I'm Sam, a mental performance coach to pro athletes, and you'd be surprised how often even the very best struggle with the exact same thoughts that you do. But the difference is they've learned how to stop those thoughts from affecting their performance. And in this video, I'm going to show you the same strategies that I use with them so that these thoughts won't hold you back either. So let's get started. So first up, what are negative thoughts and why do they even show up in the first place? Well, imagine this. You're a basketball player. You've trained all week and the game tips off. But the first shot you take is a brick. Suddenly a voice pops in your head. You always mess these up. Don't choke again. Everyone's watching you. That spiral right there, that's negative thinking. Now here's the truth. Negative thoughts aren't some random flaw in your brain. They're actually part of how the mind just is wired. And there's three big reasons athletes experience these thoughts, especially in high pressure moments. Firstly, your brain is a threat detection system. Your brain's number one job is survival, not performance. It's constantly scanning for danger. Thousands of years ago, that meant spotting a predator in the bushes. But today for an athlete, that danger looks like the possibility of missing a shot, losing the game, or being judged by others. So when your mind says, don't screw this up before a penalty kick, it's just your threat system kicking in, trying to protect you from pain. But the problem is, whilst that instinct was useful for survival, it works against you in sport. Instead of keeping you safe, it distracts you and tightens you up. Secondly, perfectionism and high standards. The higher you climb in sport, the more demanding you become of yourself. You train hard, you expect results, and you want to be flawless. That drive is what pushes you to improve, but it also comes with a dark side. Perfectionism turns every small mistake into a disaster. You shank one golf shot and suddenly your mind says, you're terrible at this, you'll never compete with the very best. Instead of helping you correct, perfectionism feeds negative thoughts that just spiral into self-doubt. Thirdly, pressure and identity. For most serious athletes, sport isn't just something that you do, it's who you are. Your identity, your reputation, sometimes even your future depends on how well you perform. And that pressure raises the stakes of every moment. And when the stakes feel high, your brain exaggerates the consequences of mistakes. Missing one chance doesn't just feel like a miss. It feels like letting your coach down, your teammates down, and maybe even ruining your shot at the next level. The bigger it feels, the louder those negative thoughts become. And here's the kicker. When you let these thoughts run wild, they don't just stay in your head, they start changing how your body and your mind operate. Psychologically, your focus narrows. You start obsessing over the mistake instead of just staying in the present moment on the next play. Your working memory gets overloaded with self-criticism, which slows your decision making and in turn makes you second guess even the most basic actions and plays. And biologically, negative thoughts trigger your body's stress response. Your heart races, your muscles tense, and cortisol floods your system. That tension makes you less fluid, slower, and more prone to errors. Even your breathing changes, which can throw off timing, rhythm, and coordination. Basically, the very system designed to keep you alive, that fight or flight response, is now working against your performance. So what started as a single negative thought of don't miss this can spiral into a full body mind trapping cycle that ruins not just one moment, but potentially your whole performance. And that's exactly why learning to manage these thoughts is absolutely critical if you want to play your best on a consistent basis. So now let's talk solutions. What can you actually do to combat these negative thoughts so that you no longer experience the performance damaging impacts that they often have? Well, first up, solution one is grounding self-talk. Sometimes the best way to fight negative thoughts is to just ground yourself in the moment and minimize the error. This is called grounding self-talk. Short, simple phrases that just help you lighten up, laugh off mistakes, and stop spiraling. So here's how it works. Our negative thoughts grow when we exaggerate the importance of a mistake. Grounding self-talk interrupts that spiral by putting the moment into perspective. It's about telling your brain, this isn't the end of the world. I can reset and keep playing. So let's imagine you're a volleyball player. You misjudge a serve receive and let the ball drop. And your first thought might be, I blew it. We're losing because of me. Here's how grounding self-talk flips the script. It's not that deep. It's just one ball. Okay, I tripped. Happens to everyone. I've messed up way bigger in practice. We're fine. So think about it yourself for your sport. Follow these steps. Identify phrases that feel natural to you, things that are short, light, and even humorous. Use them immediately after a mistake or other moments negative thoughts can creep in, ideally within a few seconds. Then focus on physically loosening your body while saying it. shake your shoulders out, breathe out, smile, just so that your body and mind reset together. And the ultimate benefit of this is that grounding self-talk reduces tension. It prevents negative thoughts from snowballing and just helps you return back to the present moment. Instead of stiffening up or overthinking, you stay loose, composed, and ready for the next play. Next up, solution 2 is next action focus. Sometimes negative thoughts aren't a sign that you're failing. They're just your brain signaling, hey, something important is happening. Pay attention. The trick is not to fight the thought or argue with it, but to turn it into an action prompt. I call this the next action focus. Quickly shift from ruminating on the thought to asking, what's my next move to handle this successfully? So here's how it works. Negative thoughts often panic or distract us because we feel unprepared or just caught off guard. But by immediately redirecting your attention to a clear next action, you stop overthinking, you reduce tension, and you get back into control. So let's imagine you're a goalkeeper. You just conceded a soft goal. A negative thought pops up, I can't believe I let that in. I'm useless. Here's how the next action focus flips the script. Recognize it as a signal, not truth. Okay, my brain is alerting me. I just need to respond here. Ask yourself, what's my next action? Then decide on a concrete response. Focus on positioning for the next corner, communicate with my defenders, and reset mentally. So think about it yourself for your sport. Follow these steps. Firstly, notice the thought without judging it. Then ask yourself, what's the next thing I need to do to perform well? And then immediately focus on executing that. Keep it simple, specific, and controllable. And the ultimate benefit of this is that the next action focus turns those negative thoughts into actionable signals instead of mental roadblocks. It keeps you present, reduces panic, and allows you to respond decisively rather than getting stuck in self-criticism. Over time, your brain learns that mistakes aren't catastrophic. They're just prompts to take the next right step. And then solution 3 is let them pass. This one is a bit counterintuitive, but it's incredibly effective. Even elite athletes know that negative thoughts will come, and sometimes trying to really wrestle with them or push them away can actually make them worse. So sometimes the best move is to just let them pass. And here's how it works specifically. Negative thoughts are like clouds in the sky. You can see them, but you don't have to grab onto them. You don't have to argue with them, analyze them, or try to force them away. Instead, you just acknowledge them and let them float by. You notice it, but you don't engage with it. So let's imagine you're a tennis player and you've just double faulted a serve. Your mind starts yelling, you're terrible at serving. You're going to lose this match. Instead of fighting that thought, you can just say to yourself, okay, there's that thought. I hear you, but I don't have to listen. You might then visualize it floating off and then shift your focus to your breath, the feel of your racket in your hand, or the rhythm of your serve routine. And the ultimate benefit of this is that letting your thoughts pass reduces their emotional hold over you. You realize you can hear negative thoughts without letting them control your body or your performance. Over time, your brain learns that thoughts are just mental events, not commands that you have to obey. So remember, negative thoughts are normal. Even the best athletes in the world have them. But the difference is knowing how to handle them so they don't control your performance. Because otherwise you'll get paralyzed by fear, which is something you can also overcome by watching this video next.